President Marco Rubio received really positive reviews in Munich.
He's had very good reviews.
Is there a scenario in which you would support him at the top of the ticket in 2028?
Something I don't have to worry about now. I've got 3 years to go. So it's something I don't have to worry. JD's fantastic and Marco's, they're both fantastic. I think really, and I think Marco did a great job in Munich.
And Vice President Vance had this to say about what a future 2028 GOP ticket could look like.
Marco is my closest friend in the administration. I think he's doing a great job for the American people. But most importantly, we all have to continue doing a good job for the American people from the president on down. And that's what we're focused on. I think it's so interesting. The media wants to create this conflict where there just isn't any conflict.
Benny Johnson, the host of the Benny Johnson Show, is here. Benny, so you've got Vance, you've got Rubio. I'm predicting they both run. I think it's going to be a huge field. There's a wealth of talent in the Republican Party. Your thoughts?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio would be the dream team. It would be Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. It would be Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan. That is for sure. And who would they be facing exactly? AOC, who has no idea what a Taiwan is. She has no idea where Venezuela is on a map because they don't teach geography in bartending school. This was one of the most humiliating displays I have ever seen. She waited for 27 seconds, an excruciating 27 seconds, to answer the question, what is a Taiwan? Precisely. And she's going to be running. So I say, let her keep going. I'm broadcasting right now from Tampa, Florida. I'm proud of where I'm from. You're also from Tampa, Florida, Kaylee. We're proud of this city. AOC can't even tell you where she's from. She's not actually from the Bronx. She's from a place called Yorktown Heights, a leafy, rich suburb in upstate New York. So if she's lying about that, she's dishonest about a lot of things. But the one thing that she's absolutely being dishonest about is that she's not running in 2028. This was a 2028 coming out party for AOC. And it didn't go well. It's been a nightmare. Even the New York Times and Politico calling it a nightmare. So keep going, baby. Keep going. We love it. AOC, keep yapping.
Yeah, Florida is the best. I will throw that out to you, Benny, as you sit there in Tampa, Florida. But as you look at AOC, is she humbled? Because it was kind of odd, her comment to the New York Times, almost like, oh, I was never thinking about running for president. But do you think she has enough hubris to lean back in?
You know, it is remarkable because if this is the best that the Democrats have, I'm like, wow. How do I support? How do I make this ticket happen? I know you talked about Kamala going down to Australia. AOC, I mean, listen, a lot of these Europeans, maybe English isn't their first language. And so this sounds great to them, right? Maybe that's what's going on here. She's practicing this out on non-English speakers. And there's something else remarkable that she said here, Kaylee, that I just want to note for your audience. She said that white people don't exist. This is in one of her many comments she made that was totally and completely nonsensical, but also a little bit dangerous. She said there's no such thing as white people. There's English people, French people, but there's no such thing as white people. And she'd never apply that to any other group, right? She marched with Black Lives Matter. She constantly talks about people of color, but it's white Christians that are allowed to be discriminated against and encouraged to be discriminated against by the Democrat Party. This is why Don Lemon can get away with storming a white Christian church. It's the one group of people that is okay to be oppressive against in this country. And so it's a very, very nefarious ideology. It's communism with a capital C. And they are trying to create a Mamdani-style national election. So your monologue perfectly stated, be wary of what the Democrats are doing. They're telling you what their next move is.
Indeed. Now, I want to show you the best story of the day because I love covering good news stories, and this is clearly one of those. This is a Real Clear investigation. Surprising revival, Gen Z men and highly educated lead return to religion. Research suggests that most Gen Z teens are interested in learning more about Jesus, with younger cohorts leading the way to growth of new commitments. Benny, young people turning to Christ, that's an encouraging development.
In a world, Kaylee, where all of the systems are telling you that there's no such thing as biological sex, There's no such thing as good and evil, darkness and light. Young people are going to naturally gravitate toward the truth in an upside down and crooked world. They're going to seek out, as they have always searched for, actual divine knowledge, wisdom, and truth. And that is in the scriptures. And it is a remarkable thing to see. A miracle is occurring right now, Kaylee, that I just want your viewers to see. And that is that for the first time in any recorded generation, young people are attending church at a higher rate than their parents. There is a national revival that is happening right now. I think it's the one thing that truly can save America. You talk about Rubio and Vance. That's awesome. They are both vessels, quite frankly, and Rubio talked about this in his speech, for Christendom and for their beliefs in Christ. But it's truly, quite frankly, God who shed his grace on thee. In God we trust. That's the true salvation of the country. It's a beautiful thing that young people are returning to the faith. And again, Kaylee, I'm sorry to rub it in that I'm in Tampa, and I don't think that you are.
Rub it in. And Benny Johnson, congratulations on your 5th miracle in your family. I know that Nurse Kate is pregnant with another beautiful little baby, so congratulations.
Yes, and more Americans and more Christians.
I love it. Benny, thanks so much. Enjoy Florida.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.